Hi all, welcome to a belated StocksFC video. Apologies for the lack of stocks content, just been trying to keep on top of everything, but joys of not being able to, as it were. At the moment, as you can see, we have one live IPO in Aribo, one coming up in Belgrade tomorrow, and then one on Thursday in Mazrui. Personally not interested in any of them. Mazrui was half tempted because of various utility, but thought personally not. But it comes down to obviously supply and demand and interest and all that kind of good stuff. So thought I would kind of delve into like my portfolio where we're at the moment. As you can see, Mateta continuing to be like our star investment. Joys of buying them and having a bit of fun. Zinchenko not doing very much for us just now, but still steady to have. Totti coming back has been handy because he just featured in Team of the Week just there. So not a great return that I have of him. Obviously, just at Krillin 1, and we're working within budgets and anything that does come across, but Liam Delap is steady still for us, and obviously just now it's whatever games are tonight, so something to factor in, folks, for people that have anything there. So Team of the Week reward, we got 8 pence for Gomez, 1 pence for last week, 3 pence in total for Gibbs White, something for Trent, it was 0, and then 2 for Trent again, then an in play for Jolinton. But what we've, like I said, it's like we're not someone that's got like a big portfolio. If we had like 50 of every player, then we would see a right chunky return. Like, I'd really be intrigued what say like 50 of like Totti Gomez or 50 of Trent would do, or 50 of Zinchenko. Like, I suppose for 50 of Zinchenko would put it, you just do like 12 times what we've made in returns for £1.72, so yeah, it wouldn't be too bad, but obviously you can only use what we work with, and as I said, at the moment we're in profit, as I said, the funds that are in our account, as I said, anything that does pop up we try and get it that's a live IPO. Like, I know I could go in the transfer market and try and buy stuff, but I don't stress myself really for stuff, certain players. I really should try and maybe consider at least some players, but I'm also like wary of prices and kind of like what I'm after. Like, I missed a Mad, and so far he's only paid out like 4 pence in total rewards, so it's not like anyone that did buy him will be like, oh, maybe I should have got him. But I'll scout about, see what it's more generally when it's like a live IPO, try and keep an eye on. I have missed a few, like when I look at defenders. Lately I've missed, I think it was Timber I missed, was it Timber, who else has recently dropped, Wan Bissaka feel recently, I think, after I've looked at my timelines. Nathan Collins was one, I think Barney was one, Mikolenko, but it's just a few that I've just was like, I wish I'd got and just never did for one reason or another. And I think one of them was, I think a couple of them were like just because the supply was so small, and I was like, I just wasn't quick enough on the day. That was just all it was. Because it's sometimes when the time drops, I might be in work, or I'm just not near at the time to just try and get the players in, as it were. But like some of the Brighton, Brentford players especially, I feel like they're the ones I've kind of missed a trick with, as it were. But you win some or you lose some at the end of the day, and it's just part of the challenge with these like Dubravka. If I was to go and have a look at Dubravka, like he's made like he's up 6%, but he's made like serious returns for people that have like £6.5 nearly paid out. I've been intrigued to see what some of the big return people have got on Dubravka. I think it's like the last 3 or 4 team of the weeks he's been in, and it's like you can't fault that kind of return really in the grand scheme of things. Somebody's selling 95 Foden stocks, or something just happened with Foden by the looks of it. I'm going to assume in the Man City game, because he's down 10%, so everyone's kind of panicking on. If we look at Foden just as an example, so his lowest point was 88 pence, a peak of like a couple of weeks ago like 162, and he's now 88 pence, so he's tanking again. Somebody put up order book at 33 at 10 pence, 4,000 at 35. It's always quite fascinating when you watch these. So yes, a lot of not necessarily like a lot of panic, but a lot of damage getting done, and it's quite fascinating to watch this. So it's always one of the benefits of stocks. And I say, if you want to get involved with stocks, just hang with my link in the description, folks. Gets you some free loan players, and if you spend a certain amount as well, I get a percentage of that return as well. So definitely something worth factoring in. But yeah, see how Foden plays out, because as I said, if he's got 27 points just now, then live sale change is 61%. So to basically go from yesterday near enough being like £1 and he's down like 10p is, there's definitely damage afoot, shall we say, with regards to it. Like team of the month, team of the week, Totti and team of the month would make sense because we're only like one game in, like 1 or 2 games in. Mateta and team of the month would be very, very nice. If I was to look at the attackers, like just now, Mateta is 2 points clear of Gakpo. See what Mateta can. If Mateta can hold on for team of the month, would be very nice. Yes, there's a few weeks to go. Like team of the month for January, if it decides to load for me, which is not in this current moment in time, which is a little bit of a pity, because it'd be nice to have looked over it again, because we had and then team of the season, if it lets me see team of the season currently, we have Trent as our only player at the moment. I remember when Haaland initially dropped, and I hyped him up on Twitter as well, and I was like, oh, this could be exciting. Just never did it in the end. I was like, nah, I'll just let him go, because it's, I think, highest in his time since his to be basically a third of the price is quite startling. But I think if you had him, you'd be laughing, really, I suppose. But obviously at the time it was like big risk, big reward, I suppose, for anyone that was wanting them. But it's the risk you take, folks, in the grand scheme of things, for anything. So yep, it's the way the cookie crumble, folks. So as I say, that's like, stocks are a good bit of fun. It's, for me, it's been harmless, so I can't fault it really, and I just try and make it work with how I go in the grand scheme of things. But as I said, folks, let me know if you are involved in stocks, if Aribo, Bellegarde or Mazraoui appeal. Obviously, like, Bellegarde is a risky one because of, like, he's been mostly on the bench. Aribo with Southampton that aren't performing. Mazraoui is at least getting like game time and stuff and being pretty solid. But if I get a wee bit extra info, obviously the stocks guys have covered it as well in depth, so in their videos, so it's definitely an alternative to keep an eye on, folks. for stock stuff, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description below as well. So have a good one, folks. Take it easy, thanks for listening, and I will catch you all later.